Jenkins is recognized as a prominent open-source tool for continuous integration and continuous deployment, notably due to its extensive plugin ecosystem and strong automation capabilities. Consequently, it has emerged as a favored solution within the IT industry. The process of Dockerizing a Java application is critical for its deployment on cloud platforms such as Amazon Web Services. By utilizing Docker, developers ensure consistency across both development and production environments. Maven functions as the principal build and project management tool for Java applications, adeptly managing dependencies while automating the build lifecycle with efficiency. The configuration of the project object model (POM) file is vital, encompassing key project details including group ID, artifact ID, version, and packaging types. Such a configuration lays the groundwork for the project's successful implementation. To execute Jenkins effectively, Java must be installed on the local machine. The installation procedure is outlined, including steps to verify the Java version following the installation. Establishing security groups is imperative to ensure that the Jenkins application is accessible from the internet. The video elucidates the procedure for configuring these settings to permit global access. The pipeline script can be articulated using either a declarative format or the Groovy programming language, with a declarative format offering a more user-friendly experience. However, familiarity with Groovy is requisite for employing the scripted pipeline. The architecture of Jenkins is fundamental in delineating the operational framework of the pipeline, emphasizing the master-slave model for distributed builds. In this context, a single server setup is utilized for simplicity. The stages within the pipeline are crucial for systematically organizing tasks, such as retrieving code from GitHub and generating output. Effective management of these stages significantly enhances clarity and efficiency throughout the CI/CD process. Subsequent to integration, validating the presence of code on the server is essential. This task can be accomplished by inspecting the workspace for the files associated with the cloned repository. Error handling during the pipeline execution is a vital competency for troubleshooting. Recognizing syntax errors in the pipeline configuration is critical for ensuring successful builds. Setting up Maven constitutes a necessary step for the code's construction. This involves configuring the Maven tool within Jenkins to guarantee the successful execution of build commands. Maven is instrumental in managing project dependencies and facilitating the application's build process, thereby ensuring all requisite libraries are incorporated. This is a crucial aspect for a successful deployment. Installing Docker is an essential step for generating images of the application, thereby facilitating easier deployment and scalability across diverse environments. This contemporary approach significantly enhances application management. Configuring Jenkins for continuous integration further streamlines the processes involved in building and deploying Docker images. Such automation contributes to improved efficiency in development while minimizing errors. Port mapping is critical for enabling external access to the application. The presenter illustrates how to accurately specify the required port during the Docker run command. Developing the skill to troubleshoot build errors is essential when working with Docker. The presenter identifies and rectifies a missing stage within the Docker file to facilitate a successful build. Accessing the deployed application necessitates appropriate IP configuration and verifying port availability. The video underscores the significance of ensuring that the designated port is open for external traffic. The initial steps involve creating a configuration file for the application and setting the correct domain and server IP. This foundational work is essential for establishing a reverse proxy setup. Validating the syntax of the configuration file is paramount to avoid errors prior to restarting the Jinx service. This critical step aids in troubleshooting any potential issues that may arise. Implementing security measures, such as configuring firewall rules, is essential for safeguarding the application. Ensuring that the correct port numbers are established is a key aspect of maintaining robust security. The configuration of the pom.xml file is critical, as it delineates the plugins, artifact models, and dependencies essential for the Maven build process, ensuring all components are aptly integrated. Installing Docker is emphasized as a pivotal step for creating Docker images from the Docker file, which facilitates the uncomplicated deployment of applications within containers. This modern strategy simplifies overall application management. The utilization of Kubernetes for orchestrating Docker images is discussed, showcasing its role as a prevalent practice for managing large-scale applications. This orchestration significantly enhances the deployment process. When operating Docker containers, accurately specifying port mappings is essential to avoid conflicts with other services that may be executing on the same server. In this instance, port 8000 is mapped to 8080. Constructing a Docker image mandates that the correct directory is referenced, a task accomplished through the use of a dot in the docker build command, indicating the current directory. Upon successful deployment, configuring a reverse proxy using Jinx allows applications to be accessed via a domain name, rather than through IP addresses. This approach considerably simplifies user access. Editing the configuration file entails specifying the domain name and server IP address to ensure appropriate request routing. This step is crucial for directing requests accurately. Establishing a symbolic link between the site available and site enabled directories is vital for activating the server configuration. This measure is essential for Jinx to recognize the site settings. Validating Docker images and containers is necessary to ensure that the application is functioning properly on the server. This process confirms that the deployment of the Java-based application has been successful.